Hello friends, today we'll be covering section 69A, that is appointment of receiver. If you recollect, in earlier session I had told you how a sale will take place without intervention of the code. And this 69 has to be read with 69A. Without wasting any more time, we'll proceed to the explanation part. This section runs into almost 3 slides. This section is only for your reference purpose. Now let us come to the explanation part. Receiver, as you all know, the elaborate provision for receiver is given in CPC, section 51, 1D, and section 51D. And the provision part, the provision for procedure is given in Order 40, Rule 1 to 5. Now let's come to the explanation of section 69A, how a receiver will come into play. See, when you have appointed a receiver as per section 59, as per section 69, according to the mortgage deed, then the receiver appointed in accordance with the mortgage deed will be acting as a receiver on behalf of the mortgager and the mortgagee in accordance with the mortgage deed. Then the deed appointing a receiver according to the mortgage deed, he will be acting as a receiver. And if the person who is appointed as a receiver in accordance with the mortgage deed does not come forward and execute the action, is not willing to act as a receiver, or is unavailable, or is unwilling to act, or the person is dead. In such cases, what is the remedy? The next remedy will be the person, either the mortgager or the mortgagee, will go to the court and ask for appointment of receiver. And whether it is mortgager or mortgagee, a receiver will be appointed as a receiver by the mortgagee. Even though the mortgager has gone to the court, the receiver will be the appointed, and the receiver will be appointed by the court, whether it is a mortgager or the mortgagee, but he will be acting as a receiver appointed by the mortgagee. And if the receiver has to be changed, it can be done so by writing. Both the mortgager and mortgagee will have to give it in writing, and reason has to be given. A reason has to be given for what reason they want to remove the receiver. And if the vacancy arises in the office, that can be filled up by making a similar application by to the court and filling up the vacancy, or the instrument may provide so. If the receiver is appointed, he'll be acting as the receiver of. If the receiver is appointed, he'll be acting as an agent of the mortgager. Whatever act is done by the receiver will be binding on the mortgager. Whatever default the receiver has committed will be binding on the mortgager. But in case the mortgagee intervenes, in such cases, the mortgager will not be held responsible. Receiver will do all lawful act. What the mortgager would have done, same act the receiver will be doing on behalf of the mortgager, including filing a suit, filing an appeal, execution. All this will be done by the receiver. And whatever receipt he gives will be a valid receipt. Person appointed as receiver, his title cannot be challenged. For example, if a tenant is paying some amount to the receiver, the tenant cannot challenge the title of the receiver. Then the receiver who is appointed is entitled for remuneration. His remuneration will be not less than 5% of the gross amount. Either it will be fixed, it will be determined in the mortgage deed. If it is not determined, he is entitled for not less than 5% of the gross amount of the sale proceed. And in case of contingency, he may go to the court and seek for remuneration for the work which he has carried out. As instructed by the mortgagee, receiver will utilize some amount for ensuring the property, which is insurable nature. Receiver shall discharge all the taxes, rent, revenue, whatever is payable. In case the property was in custody of the mortgager, what act the mortgager would have done, all the act will be done by the receiver. Whatever money the receiver has received, he will see that all those monies are utilized for clearing the mortgages. Some number of mortgages have been created on the properties. He will see that priorities of mortgage is given and section 48 is taken into picture and all that will be cleared. He will see that his commission, he gets his commission for the work carried out, and he will see that the property is insured in accordance with the instruction given by the mortgagee from for the property as well as for the life, and if the property is insurable. In such cases, in accordance with the instruction given by the mortgagee, he will do all those acts. And in case the security of the property is coming down, the value of the property is coming down, he may utilize the property money which he has got, utilize the money for retaining the value of the property. As a prudent person, what a prudent person would have done for his own property, same act will be done by the receiver. And this instructions will be given in writing by the mortgagee. All interest falling due will be paid by the receiver. If after clearing all the charges, what the mortgagor would have done, of same thing the receiver will do. If after clearing all the charges, all the revenue, and taking in remuneration part, whatever is left over, whatever is balance, that will be given to the mortgagor. This condition, terms and condition which I have just explained to you, can be varied, except you have subsection 1. That subsection 1 is section 69. What is provided in section 69 shall not be changed. Other condition, terms and condition can be varied. This is explanation so far as your section 69A is concerned. Thank you.